Greetings, gang, and happy lunch hour. All right, we're going to kind of go on a tangent here for a second, talk a little bit different, but again, talking about probably your most important preparation, if you will, for whatever happens. I want you to imagine something for a second. Think about what life would be like if 38% of the country went bankrupt all of a sudden. More than 1/3 of the people in your country, or in the country, in your state, your city, your neighborhood, whatever it is, okay? You're sitting on your front porch, you look to the left and see the house, you look to the right and see the house and go, one of the three of us is broke. Oh, it never happened, right? I hate to tell you this, but it's the trajectory that we are on. For years, I have talked about hard assets, okay? Gold and silver, real estate, though real estate isn't exactly liquid, okay? And I've even talked to you guys about Bitcoin for the last 6 months or so, maybe 8 months, I don't know. I want to give you this. In the United States right now, 62% of the people own some sort of asset, okay? Be it real estate, be it stocks, be it gold and silver, be it Bitcoin. 38% of the country has nothing. They are living in cash, okay? What happens when the dollar goes poof? It's extremely possible. You think I'm kidding? Let me explain this to you. Trump got elected in January, or elected in November, but took office in January, right? Elon Musk came in with DOGE. We were going to find all the government waste, all the government fraud, everything like that. We were going to clean up the budget, right? And we'd hear stories for 3 months. We found $9 million here. We found $180 million there, yada, 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 right? What got cut? Nothing, okay? I mean, we had lawsuits stopping, I don't know, NPR from getting funded, or USAID, where any government employees fired. There's a lot of them that can't be. I mean, that's crazy, right? You can't fire somebody. There was no cuts. We are looking at this big, beautiful bill, right? Or farce, okay? Well, it's just going to add somewhere between $3 and $5 trillion to the debt. Wait a minute, I thought we were supposed to be cutting the debt, right? Nope, we're just going to grow it more. Washington has literally thrown their hands up in the air. Both sides, okay? I'm not saying this is a Democrat thing, this is a Republican thing. This is both sides. They both said, screw it. We're just going to keep borrowing money. Until they can't, okay? That's the fiscal policy. This was the greatest opportunity we had. More people were on board about fixing this than ever, and they got exactly zero done. So that tells me there's no chance. The money printing machine is going to keep on printing, which all that does is keep inflation going, keep devaluing the dollar, and your dollar gets worth less and less and less. And basically, it still says $1 on it, but what can you buy for $1? I go back to what I've said about hamburger. Ground beef was 99 cents a pound, then it was $1.49 a pound, then it was $1.99 a pound, and now the average cost of ground beef is $5.80, okay? That $1 now used to be worth a pound of ground beef. Now it's worth less than 0.2 pounds of ground beef. Still got $1, it just doesn't buy anything. This morning, Consumer Price Index, CPI numbers came out. It's going to be funny or it has been funny watching the media spin this, okay? Oh, inflation's down. No, it's not. Inflation went from 2.3% last month to 2.4% this month. That's up. at least last time I remembered how to count, okay, it's lower than what they expected. They expected it to go up to 2.5%. So it's not as bad as we thought it would be. It still went up. Okay, so I mean, stuff is still more expensive. You can talk this morning about the news that Trump and his tariffs and the talk about the deal with China is coming through, and they finally reached a deal. The only good deal is that there's no tariffs on stuff that we send to China, and there's no tariffs on stuff that we buy from China. Because even if it's, well, we'll both just raise 50%, that makes everything more expensive for all of us. Okay, that's just how it works. You look at these riots that are going on starting in Los Angeles, but now spreading all over the country. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. Those riots are primarily economical. Why do we have illegals coming in this country? Because they want to make American dollars to send it back to Mexico. Because they can make more money picking strawberries here than they can picking strawberries there. So it's economical. They don't want to be kicked out because it will hurt them economically. Think about that for a second. This is it. Why do we have all the liberal activists out there saying that they support all of this? Take a look at the crowds, okay? Look at the crowds of protesters. They are people of color, they are millennials, young people, or they are retirees. Those are predominantly the people who have lower income. Okay? They're protesting because they're hurting economically. This all breaks it down. You need to get out of dollar-based assets, okay? I mean, anything that's how do you want to put it? Valued dollar currency denominated assets, all right? Because all that is going to do is continue losing purchasing power, period. It's just worth less and less and less and less. That means you shouldn't be hoarding, if you will, currency. Yes, I absolutely agree with everybody needs to have about 3 months worth of, maybe up to 6 months worth of cash to pay the bills. You still got to pay the electric bill, the phone bill, the mortgage, the car payment, the insurance, whatever you got, okay? Still got to be done that way. But you shouldn't be sitting in savings accounts or having this big balance in your checking account, okay? Absolutely not having CDs or money market funds. You know my thoughts on having bonds, okay? Nothing like that. I don't care if they're treasury bonds, municipal bonds, corporate bonds, anything that is valued in a dollar or a euro or a yen or whatever, you're losing. Oh, but I'm getting 3.8% on my high yield savings account. Okay. Well, let's see. Inflation came in at 2.4%, so that ate 2/3 of your return right there. You have to pay taxes on the money that you got, that you received in interest, so that ate probably 20% of it. So, yeah, basically you locked up your money for a year, 2 years, whatever it is, and your net return, your net spending power is zero at best, or less than what you had when you put it in the first place. This ain't going to sound great, but these are facts, okay? The 62% of the people that own assets are either wealthy, educated, or white. Why do you have the problems with people protesting and stuff like that? Again, as I said earlier, people of color, okay? Chances are they're not wealthy, possibly not educated, certainly not white, okay? Those are the people that need to be brought up. They need to be, can't change them to white, okay? Unless, of course, you're a liberal and you can self-identify as, who knows. But we need to educate them. That is the thing. That's the only you can't snap and make somebody wealthy. You can't snap and make somebody white, but you can get educated. That's the whole point, okay? If you've got $5, I don't care if it's $5. Put that $5 in something that will increase in value. As the Fed keeps printing money, all that means is the stock market's going to keep going up. The price of gold and silver is going to keep going up. The price of Bitcoin is going to keep going up. Okay, now you have assets that at least are going to increase, not decrease, which is what the dollar is. I talked to you guys, I guess it was a week or so ago, about how to go pick dividend-paying stocks, okay? And sure, the dividends are in cash. Personally, for me, I reinvest them right away, all right? You want to talk about my strategy, if you will, okay? I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not telling you to go do this. I'm telling you what I did, okay? What I do. All right, so I've mentioned Ford, Philip Morris, Pfizer, LyondellBasell, Dow Chemical. I mean, companies that, my Warren Buffett strategy, as you walk through the house, these are all companies that I buy their product, okay? My average overall yield on the prices I bought them at, is 7.81%. Does your CD pay that? No, okay. The growth I've got out of those in 2025, so 6 months in, 8.2%. So my total return on that money is 16% right now. All right, if you take out the 20% in taxes, right, if I sold all this stuff, 20%, that would take out $3.20, right? Okay, 16%, I'm just going off of, say, $100. Okay, so now I've got $12.80, or $12.80 taking off taxes. Okay, 12.8% is my after-tax return. Would you be happy with 12.8% if you're getting 4 on a CD? If you take out what inflation is, the 12.8 minus the 2.4, I'm still over 10%. My assets are beating inflation. They are growing. I'm not even going to tell you about what the value of the gold and silver I've bought is. You guys know that. You can take a look at the value of the Bitcoin that you own and what that's done. What's going to happen as we watch, again, like I said, CPI came out this morning, inflation's up. Oh, gee, what did that do to the dollar? The dollar's down at 98.75 right now. The dollar's down again. The dollar's getting weaker again. The assets I own are going up. The value of my cash is going down. The value of my non-cash stuff is going up. Which side of the fence do you want to be on? If you save $5 a week, hypothetically, let's say $10 a week. You save $10 a week, good. Once a month, save that $10 a week and go buy an ounce of silver. Go buy something, okay? Go put it in something besides cash. Cash is not king. Cash is crap. The dollar is getting weaker. It's going to continue to get weaker. As they print more money, it's going to accelerate getting weaker. As the government borrows more money, it's a perpetual snowball. We got to borrow more, so we got to print more because nobody will buy it. And all of a sudden, we'll be talking one day here, I don't know when, and the dollar index is now at 60, 30. Gee, welcome to 1929, right? When everything crashed, except the hard assets that you buy won't crash. There's a reason, a very good one, why countries around the world are buying gold, buying silver, buying Bitcoin, and not buying treasuries. I will say the same thing I've said to you all the time. Don't listen to what they say. Do what they do. Pinball out.